What if I told you that some women use psychology like a weapon? Not in an obvious way, not with fists or loud threats, but with subtle moves that most men never even notice until it's too late. Want to know the hidden tactics? Let's dive into the dark truth. All right, let's get real here. Relationships are one of the most beautiful things in life, but they can also be one of the most complicated. Men and women are wired differently. That's not a bad thing. It's what makes love exciting. But sometimes, those differences can be twisted and used in unhealthy ways. And in this video, we're talking about the darker side of female psychology. Not because all women are like this. Absolutely not. Most women just want love, trust, and stability. But a small percentage, well, they know exactly how to play the game, and they play it for power, money, or control. Why should you care? Because if you don't understand these psychological tricks, you could end up emotionally drained, financially broken, or stuck in a toxic cycle you can't escape. So today, we're going to peel back the curtain. I'll show you the most common ways some women exploit men, the psychology behind it, and how you can protect yourself. Stick around, because the last point, the big reveal, might just blow your mind. Let's break this down step by step. Point 1. The art of emotional manipulation. One of the oldest tricks in the book is emotional manipulation. It doesn't start with shouting, it starts small. Picture this. You say you want to grab wings with your buddies at Buffalo Wild Wings on a Friday night. Harmless, right? But instead of just saying, "Hey, I'd rather you spend time with me tonight," she sighs, acts distant, maybe even throws out the classic, "It's fine, do whatever you want." Now here's the psychology. Humans are wired to seek approval, especially from people we love. That sigh, that cold shoulder, it triggers guilt. You start thinking, did I do something wrong? Suddenly, you're canceling your plans and staying home without her ever directly asking. This is called guilt tripping, and it's powerful because it shifts responsibility onto you. You feel bad, you adjust, and she gets her way without ever being the bad guy. Point 2. Financial exploitation. Now, let's talk money. It's uncomfortable, but it's real. Some women, again, not all, but some, see relationships as an investment opportunity. Not in love, but in lifestyle. She may not care about you as much as she cares about the perks that come with you. Maybe it starts innocent. She suggests going to Olive Garden instead of the diner. No big deal. But then it escalates. Designer handbags, spa days, luxury vacations, and every time, the bill somehow lands in your lap. Here's the psychology. It's called incremental commitment. By slowly raising the standard of what you provide, she conditions you to believe this is normal boyfriend behavior. Before you know it, you're draining your bank account just to keep her happy. And if you resist, she might question your manhood, your love, or even shame you with lines like, "A real man would take care of his woman." That's not love. That's financial control disguised as romance. Point 3. The silent power of sex. This one's touchy, but we can't ignore it. Sex is one of the most powerful psychological tools in a relationship. It creates bonding, intimacy, and release. But in the wrong hands, it becomes a weapon. Some women use what's called sexual gatekeeping. Translation: they control when, how often, and under what conditions intimacy happens. For example, if she's happy, you get affection. If she's upset, suddenly there's a dry spell. If she wants something, say that new iPhone or a weekend trip, intimacy magically becomes the bargaining chip. This isn't love, it's transactional. And it wires your brain to associate her happiness with your reward. That's Psychology 101, operant conditioning. The same principle that trains dogs with treats can manipulate men with affection. Point 4. Social pressure and image. Now let's look at something sneaky, social leverage. Ever notice how some women bring up your relationship in front of friends, family, or even online? Maybe she posts on Instagram about how a girl deserves flowers once in a while, right after you forgot to bring any. Suddenly, her 500 followers are now quietly judging you. This tactic uses public perception as a weapon. Humans hate social embarrassment. It's one of our deepest fears. And by making you look like the bad boyfriend in public, she pushes you into compliance without ever having to fight behind closed doors. This isn't just about social media either. It can happen at family dinners, with friend groups, even at church gatherings. It's all about using social pressure to bend your behavior. Point 5. Playing the victim. Another powerful psychological move, the victim card. Here's how it works. Something goes wrong. Maybe you forgot date night, maybe you snapped during an argument, and instead of working through it, she frames herself as the helpless victim. Suddenly, you're not dealing with the actual issue. You're dealing with guilt, shame, and the urge to make it up to her. In psychology, this is called learned helplessness. By portraying herself as fragile or powerless, she makes you step up more, take more responsibility, and carry the emotional load of the relationship. And the more you give, the less she has to. All right, here's the part that might shock you. All these tactics, guilt tripping, money games, sex as leverage, social pressure, and victim playing, aren't random. They're connected by one core idea: control through emotional conditioning. Think about it. If she can shape your emotions, she can shape your actions. And when actions become habits, you're no longer in a partnership. You're in a power imbalance. Here's the dark truth. It's not about love for some women. It's about control. And control feels safe. It feels powerful. It feels addictive. Now, does this mean all women are manipulative masterminds? Absolutely not. But it does mean you need to be aware. Because when you spot these patterns, you break the cycle. So, let's wrap this up. We talked about emotional manipulation, financial exploitation, sexual gatekeeping, social pressure, and the victim card. And we revealed the core truth, that these tactics all serve one purpose: control. Now here's the good news. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Awareness is your shield. When you notice someone trying to guilt trip you, or use affection as a bargaining chip, or shame you publicly, you can pause, step back, and choose how you respond. Remember, real love is not about control. It's about trust, respect, and growth. If you find yourself in a relationship where you constantly feel drained, pressured, or trapped, it's worth asking, is this love or is this manipulation? Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed these patterns in your own relationships, or maybe in your friends' relationships? Drop your story in the comments below. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button. It helps more people see this content. And don't forget to subscribe for more psychology and relationship insights every week, because the more we understand human behavior, the better we can protect ourselves and build healthier, stronger connections. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.